interesting time we live in. Our rights have been infringed on the pretext of protecting us from a virus. We have now experienced Ben Franklin's famous quote, "Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety." We have been denied such rights as freedom of association and freedom of travel, but most importantly, we have been denied the right to pursue happiness. Never has this abstract right been more tangible than when the right to participate in commerce, whether as a laborer, a service provider, consumer, or business owner, was denied to those whose value was arbitrarily deemed non-essential. You see, our ability to earn a living in order to provide for our families is an essential expression of the inalienable right of the pursuit of happiness. I will have to admit that prior to the current lockdown orders, I often thought of the pursuit of happiness as more of an abstract literary device than a concrete right like life or liberty. Our current situation has shown me the essence of the meaning of the pursuit of happiness, and I will never think of it as abstract again. The thing that seems so obvious to me is that our government officials are completely oblivious to the true value of work. Leo Tolstoy once said, "Work, not leisure, is the indispensable condition of happiness for every human being." It appears that this essential truth is lost on our government officials. This lack of understanding of the value of our work is further underscored by the attitude that we can replace the value of our work with some stimulus payments, unemployment checks, and PPP loans. Oh yeah, and throw in some big business subsidies too. Still, none of this comes close to replacing the value of fulfilling our life purpose through our work. It is through work that we experience our sense of purpose by serving one another and in the process provide for our families. This essential pursuit of happiness is what has been taken from us by the response to COVID-19. As a self-governing people, we are perfectly capable of evaluating the information provided by well-intended COVID-19 experts and adjusting our activities to best manage the risks to ourselves and our families. We can certainly do this better than the one-size-fits-all, mask-wearing, social distancing, stay-at-home, self-isolation, overreaching lockdowns from our governors. This is not to say that there is not a valid risk from COVID-19, so it's important to address the pretext for the infringement. That, of course, would be COVID-19. There is significant debate regarding the severity of the threat of the virus, the accuracy of reporting of the statistics, and the effectiveness of social distancing, wearing masks, and the closure of businesses. Some of the questions being asked are, is the infection rate high enough to justify the lockdowns? Are we flattening the curve enough to allow the economy to open back up? Should you wear a mask for your protection or the protection of others? All relevant topics for discussion, but when it comes to the justification for infringing upon our individual rights, these issues are irrelevant. There is nothing that could rise to the level of justifying the infringement of rights that was taken in response to COVID-19. In general, the government and medical experts can share their recommendations, but they should only be recommendations. As a self-governing individuals, we can each choose our response to the threat of COVID-19 as we see fit based on our specific situation. The real essence of this issue is not whether or not we can work to earn a living for our families or if our occupation is non-essential. It is not whether or not we must wear a mask or social distance. It is not whether or not schools or churches should be open. It is not whether or not we should get vaccinated. The real issue is who decides? Who gets to decide for you how best to live your life in a world full of risks? Can a bureaucrat who has never met you and knows nothing about you really decide what is in your best interest? I think not. The best person to decide for you is you.